Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Ultra League. Ultra League is back with the rotation of cups, and we're going to be running the Shadow Charizard, Cobalion, and Virizion. Interesting enough, our opponent is staying in this matchup. We do have a very favorable matchup here, so it's very suspicious that they're still staying in. We shield the first one, doesn't matter if it's a bait, we are still in a great position. And we're basically throwing right on CMP. This Dragon Claw does go through to take it out, and our opponent ends up having the Clefable. So far it seems like they had an ABA team, but they also brought in a Fairy type against the Charizard, so that's very, very weird. Here, we're going to let the Charizard go down. And we're going to come in with our Cobalion here. Even if we get a Moonblast, we should survive it. And now that they have revealed that they have the Cobalion, they're actually triple weak to that Shadow Charizard. So it all makes sense now, but lucky for us, we do have the counter to this Cobalion with our Virizion, knowing Sacred Sword. And as long as we throw on optimal timing, we should be able to take this game. We are running the Stone Edge version on both Cobalion and Virizion, just for coverage and neutral damage to most things. Here, we're going to try to race to the Stone Edge. We do get to the Stone Edge, which is great. This is going to do some huge damage, and we're going to be able to combo play with our Cobalion with the Stone Edge as well. So GG's to our opponent right there. Nice little game right there. I would say, obviously, you can view this as an ABB team. With basically double fighters in the back. We do have the Shadow. Is that Shadow Zapdos here? I think it is. Versus the Shadow Charizard. The Shadow Zapdos is kind of a core breaker for our entire team. We're gonna try our best to. Well, we got a double shield at this point. I was gonna say we were gonna try to get some shields out of this situation, but it looks like they got both shields out of us. So at this point, we just got to throw a bunch of Dragon Claws to either get a bunch of these shields or get this low enough. And unfortunately for us, they are able to win this matchup here. We are going to be able to get to a Sacred Sword here. This Sacred Sword will do a good chunk of damage, but it does not KO. So we're going to have to tank probably a Drill Run or Thunderbolt. We do tank a Thunderbolt. Regardless, we would have had to tank that move anyways. We are going to be switching out into our Virizion. This Virizion is going to be able to throw super effective Sacred Swords at this Regirock. The Regirock knows probably Focus Blast and Stone Edge. And then here, we're going to try and farm up as much energy as possible. They throw a ineffective Stone Edge here, but it is very impactful because it does take down the Virizion low enough to where this Poliwrath can basically just farm down. So we're going to try and get to another move, but unfortunately it does not happen, and that is GG's. Unfortunately for us, we are not running the Leaf Blade. If we were running the Leaf Blade on our Virizion, we had a better chance to beat this Poliwrath at the end. But because of no Leaf Blade, we had to basically try to take it out with only Sacred Sword. So in that situation, we got burned by not having the Leaf Blade, but for now, we're running double Stone Edge on both of the backlines. So this is the Ultra Leaf to Cannon. I'm not familiar with this moveset at all. We are going to show the first one, and it ends up having the Rock Blast. Interesting enough, even though it doesn't have any rock typing, it does know a rock move. So we're just going to double shield at this point. Because we actually don't want to see this in our backline. We are going to throw this Dragon Claw here right before their potential Rock Blast. It looks like the Greninja comes back in here. This Greninja does shield, and we're going to try to catch a move right here. We catch a move with our Virizion, which is perfect. Ends up being the Hydro Cannon. And they actually switched into the Excadrill. This Excadrill is going to have a hard time beating this Virizion. Even if they throw like a draw run, it is going to be resisted, and we're just going to farm down and KO our opponent right there. So GG's to our opponent right there. Unfortunate for them, they were just super weak to Virizion in the back. But I got to give them props for running a pretty spicy team. When was the last time you saw Ultra League 2 Cannon? Okay? Got to give them props for that. So next game here, we have the Dragonite versus the Shadow Charizard. We're going to try to CMP tie here. We throw this Dragon Claw. We do get a shield. Our opponent ends up throwing the Dragon Claw. We got the shield here, and we're going to try our best here to CMP again. Okay, never mind. We actually tried to catch a Dragon Claw, but our opponent was aware of that and decided to stay in. Probably a Superpower right here. We tanked the Superpower, so that's why we don't shield it. We're going to go for this Sacred Sword here. Doesn't quite KO, but it does do enough damage to where we can farm it down with whatever we have in the back. They go for the double Superpower. At this point, I'm anticipating some kind of Steel type, some kind of ground unit. So we come in with the Virizion, farm it down. Our opponent ends up having the Talonflame. That is so bad for us. Okay. We lose the CMP right there. They go for the Brave Bird immediately. Here we're going to go for the Sacred Sword. It doesn't even get a shield, which is horrible. Here we're going to go and have to go for a Dragon Claw. This Dragon Claw is just going to tickle. And now we're going to go for this Blast Burn here. This Blast Burn does about 50%. And we're trying to get to another Dragon Claw. Unfortunately for us, not enough for the Dragon Claw. So our only play here is to farm down and go for this Stone Edge and hope they don't shield. They don't know they don't know we have a Stone Edge. So we're just going to go for the Stone Edge and hope for the best. Moment of truth. And we actually get it. GG's to our opponent. They actually thought we had the Leaf Blade / Sacred Sword there. So throwing the Sacred Sword at the Talonflame initially to kind of confuse them a little bit actually paid off, even though they didn't shield after throwing a Brave Bird. So, whew, interesting game right there. Here, we're going to go for the switch out. We do have the Cobalion coming in. This Cobalion does have a really favorable matchup against this Snorlax. So, interesting switching by my opponent. Even if they go for a Superpower, we know that we can survive it. So, we're not going to shield here. This is just basically a farm down at this situation. Cobalion able to farm down. Let's see what they bring back. They bring back the Ampharos. This Ampharos hasn't revealed what moves it has, but judging from how it is playing out, it definitely has probably Thunder Punch. Yep. And then not exactly sure what they have as their second move. We're going to throw a move. Oh, it is a CMP tie again, and we're not going to shield here. They actually have the Zap Cannon. So triple electric moves, very interesting. And now they have the they have the regular Charizard versus our Shadow Charizard. We both have 2 shields. We both have equal energy, and so this is basically just a bunch of Dragon Claws coming in. Here we go for the extra fast move because we're going to invest 2 shields anyways. So we decided to sneak in that fast move right there, and now we're going to throw our own Dragon Claws. We're going to throw on optimal timing. At this point, I don't know who wins CMP, so we're just going to go for it right here. Looks like they didn't have the move, and looks like we're going to go for another Dragon Claw. This Dragon Claw doesn't quite KO us. Right here, this one, since it's like a regular Charizard, it's not going to KO us, and then we're going to immediately switch out. So GG's to our opponent right there. Unfortunately for them, we both had Charizard in the back, 2 shields, and check out this team. And let us know if you enjoyed the video.